What if your router could send traffic anywhere, even to networks it's never seen before? Default static routes are the ultimate network cheat code. In this video, I'll show you how to configure a catch-all route that connects your entire network to the internet with just one command. Want to stop worrying about routing tables? Let's dive in. Static route by default. In this course, we're going to see another example of how to set up a static route. In this illustration, our router A is connected directly to an internet service provider, which is also called an ISP, or that is regularly found under the initials ISP. As there are millions of networks on the internet, it is impossible to enter them all into the router's routing table. That's why we're going to use a default route, which can also be called a gateway. To start, we're going to assign the IP 10.1.1.2 on our router A. The ISP's router is usually already configured. By doing a show IP route on router A, we see that it only knows the 10.1.1.0 network, the one directly connected to it. This means that in the current state, if it receives a packet destined for another network, it will delete it. Basically, the router won't be able to access the internet. That's why we're going to set up a static route by default. The IP route command allows the configuration of a static route. The first address that follows the command is the network address. If it is represented by 4 zeros, it means that it is for all networks. The second address is the subnet mask. Here too, this means all subnet masks. And the last IP is the next hop. In this example, this will be the address of the internet router. In other words, this static route will match all networks, and that's why we call it a default route. When router A does not know where to send the IP packets, it will send them to the internet provider, and it will be up to it to deliver them. We still have one last point to see about static route. It is important to know that in case of several paths, the router will use the most precise route. Let's take another router that has nothing to do with this topology as an example. If we do a show IP route on this example router, we see that there are 3 static routes to configure. Now, imagine that this router receives an IP packet with a destination address. The IP 192.168.1.132. So, as this address matches the 3 static routes of the router, will the IP packet be sent to the 10.1.1.1, the 10.2.2.2, or the 10.3.3.3? Well, in this case, the router will choose the most accurate route, i.e. the one where there are the least number of people. A /24 mask can hold 254 machines. A /25 126, and a /16 more than 65,000 ounce kali. IP packets will therefore be forwarded to 10.2.2.2 queues.